There's a significant science component, and you have to wait for the science to mature in order to be able to deal with the issues associated with the natural resource damage case. There are opportunities oftentimes for early resolution, but if you've got significant questions that have to be answered, you're going to have to wait for the science to be able to give you the answers you need in order to bridge the gap that will ultimately lead to a settlement. Oftentimes you're pressed and you want the matter behind you as quickly as possible. But my experience in natural resource damage settlements is you need about a year, one growing cycle, in order to be able to get enough data to be able to know what the shape of the resource was right after the oil spill or chemical contamination, and then get another set of data to let you know what the system looks like after 1 year of recovery. And by doing that, you can get a pretty good idea as to how quickly the environmental systems that you may have impacted might be returning. I think one of the biggest changes is the way that they've gotten involved in the natural resource damage area for mine sites. And these are large sites that have ubiquitous low levels of contamination from their historical operations, and frankly cause little to no environmental injury. But the agencies are wanting to study them, and oftentimes they can spend an enormous amount of money trying to get to the answers. And it's kind of counterproductive to watch sometimes. When they find nothing, they continue to want to search more in hopes of finding something to justify the time and expense that they've engaged in. So it's very important early on in the process to be able to open up a dialogue, to get your science out as quickly as you can, to get those agencies past that concern that they had, so you don't end up in a multi-year expensive natural resource damage assessment. The biggest lesson is to get the truth out as early in the process as you can. And the only way you can get the truth out is to understand the truth, to really dig into it early on in the process so that you understand the problem better than the agencies that you're working with, better than the public, so that you can then communicate the real problem and educate the public and the government agencies. By doing that, getting that done early in the process, that is the most effective way, cost-effective way, to be able to deal with these kinds of liabilities. If you wait and you don't aggressively attack it, then you're going to be on the defensive for years and years, and your costs are going to spiral out of control. When you look at the history of environmental problems and environmental regulation, it all stems from events. You have a watershed event for oil pollution, which is the Exxon Valdez. As a result of the Exxon Valdez, we have double-hull tankers. As a result of the problems in the Gulf, we're going to have a whole series of new regulations that are going to come out. You're going to have regulations that deal with how an oil well is drilled. You're going to have a lot more government involvement in check-off and review and approvals in the oil exploration process. We will have a spill response capability for the deep ocean. We were not prepared in this instance. There was not the kind of deep ocean capping expertise that obviously we needed. I think that this BP experience has brought a whole new set of technology to the fore, and so you're going to see that new technology incorporated into the regulations.